Hey guys, here we are, Wisdom 31, the circle of trust. Another thing that I don't really talk to people about, I remember talking to Steve about it not long after we met. We were in Sydney, and he was sort of saying to me, you don't get angry and stay angry with anyone, you kind of let everything go. And it was kind of frustrating for me. It was like he almost wanted me to be able to hold on to anger a little bit more, a little bit longer, but I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like the way it feels in my body, right? And I'll talk about anger in a different way, but the circle of trust is like a visual metaphor, and it's hard to explain, so I'm going to give it a go and take it for what it is. But basically what happens is, you know, as you come up to 50, you're going to meet people who let you down in a really big way, they betray you, or in small ways, right? And Oprah always says, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I'm a believer in that, right? So the circle of trust is this sort of visual image that I put in my head, where everyone I meet gets a huge bubble around them, a huge circle of trust that goes all around their body. And then if they show me that they're disloyal, or they're just too selfish, or they're just not. They're not there for reasons beyond self. That's fine. I shrink the circle, right? And it's like I said, a visual metaphor. So when I look at them, the circle's either huge or it's small. And once it gets small, that's fine. But basically, it's a self-protection thing. So I never put myself in a situation where they can do the same thing to me again. Because that would be stupid, right? And I think a lot of people are constantly hurt by the same people over and over again. Families are brilliant at it, friends, communities, and you hear the stories all the time of people who are just constantly putting themselves in harm's way and harm from the people that are closest to them. So yeah, no matter who it is, no matter how close they are to you, you just shrink the circle, and they can still be in your life, but you know what they're capable of, so you never allow them to get in and hurt you that way again. Now, when I was younger, once the circle was reduced, it could never expand again, so it was an all or nothing thing. But as I've gotten older, I've realised that we change, we evolve, we grow. None of us are perfect. We're all trying to do our best, and some people can get their circle bigger again. But you know, the smaller circle is a self-protection for me. So once I see people for whatever they are, for whatever reason, and everyone's got a reason for behaving badly towards other people, you know, it's usually harms happen to them, betrayals happen to them, abuse, they have trust issues, whatever it is, right? And often people follow other people and how they behave, and especially when people are young and they're more impressionable, they adopt behaviour that they don't even like in other people, but then they adopt it as their own as they get older, and which I find kind of interesting. I always say to people, never become the person that you hate, and I'm amazed by how many people do. So the circle of trust is a visual metaphor, and it's just about shrinking the circle, which protects you. You know, you're aware that that's who they are right now, and you just don't let them in to hurt you again, to harm you again. And like I said, the circle can grow, because we all grow, we're all changing, we're all evolving. But people who are just constantly just doing harm, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, just shrink the circle, create a bit of distance between yourself. You don't even have to get rid of them from your life. You're just protecting yourself from allowing them to do what they've done in the past. So a lot of people really struggle with this, you know, through friends, husbands, wives, parents, brothers, sisters, whatever. If you follow the concept of the metaphor, and I know it's kind of a hard thing to explain, but if you follow it, it just protects you. And you know, when people show you who they are, believe them. Protect yourself. The problem is the people who are the best at it, they're the real manipulators. They're the real people that know how to get under your skin. But that sort of links to your intuition as well. So, you know, trust that. That's an important thing. But the circle of trust is about protecting yourself from harm again and again and again. Don't let them in. Push them out a little bit. You don't have to cut them out, especially difficult when it's family and friends, right? But you can protect yourself. So That's how I do it, and that's why I never get angry. I never hold on to resentment. I'm just like, all right, there we are. That's who you are today. Let's take care of me, right? So it's a bit of self-care in the mix. Wisdom number 31, the circle of trust. More tomorrow.